let's just talk about just people that are entering these contests and stuff. Realistically, what is sort of what can someone expect from stuff? I know John Rhodes. In fact, that's how we got hooked up. Who runs all the Screencraft contests, and I just ran a contest myself, and I always feel like writers sometimes are a little bit unrealistic about what actually could happen with entering any of these contests, as if it's going to be just rocket fuel to the moon if they can win one of these contests. And it's not always quite that simple. So what's sort of your perspective on this? What can people expect realistically? Suppose they get a quarterfinalist or a semifinalist in one of these contests. What can they expect, and how can they use that to kind of just slowly inch up the totem pole?
Sure. I mean, I think that the important thing to remember is that it's going to be this balance of the craft being really good, but also other factors. And that other factors can be relationships, it can be personal experience, it can just be what the industry is looking for at any point in time. However, every accomplishment that you have, anytime a person reads your material and provides feedback, good or bad, if you're placing in contests, that's obviously good. It's something for you to utilize. It's an opportunity for you to either A, get better, or B, use as an opportunity to sort of connect with other people, whether it's other writers or other industry, or use that as a way that you're kind of, verified, right? That somebody has read the material and says it is good enough to do blank, right? And I think that's why there are so many other sort of factors that go into it, that you have to continue to be your own advocate. Be your own advocate as much as possible, but also sort of, if you're placing in a competition, looking at how you can utilize it, and whether that, like I said, is connecting with the industry, or simply, presenting that to yourself and making sure that people know what's going on with you as a writer. It has to be a step towards a greater end, right? Like, I don't know if anyone's like sitting there, like your dream is, I want to get my film produced, or I want to get staffed on a series, or I want to sell my pilot. You're not sitting there saying, gosh, I hope I can place as a semifinalist in a competition someday, and sort of understanding that paradigm, right? That it's, how is this a step towards that? How is this a step towards a larger end? And it'll offer a degree of, I think it'll offer a degree of clarity to the process of pursuing your writing goals.
Mm-hmm. So entering contests, doing this sort of stuff, obviously you recommend. What else do you recommend besides like contests and Coverfly? Are there some other things, in-person events? What is sort of your sense of what else screenwriters should be doing in addition to these sorts of things, like the Blacklist, like Coverfly, like contests, Inktip? I mean, there's a whole bevy of these sort of online services. But what else would you recommend to writers?
I think, honestly, the most important thing to really settle on is get a clear idea of what your goal is. What is your goal? And realistically, what is your professional goal? Not, I want to win an Oscar, but like, okay, I want to be, being hired to write screenplays or OWAs or get staffed. I think that focusing on that and understanding what the next step towards that are, if you have tons of relationship but not a deep portfolio, focus on your portfolio. If you have a deep portfolio but you're not really sort of making those connections on the industry side, that understanding the balancing act that this has to be, and getting it all in one place. And not to keep harping sort of the Coverfly profile, but it's to understand that it's all of these different factors into it, right? It's your accolades, but also you as a person.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts, or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.